Alright, so well, close enough to a midweek video towards the end of the week, but that's okay. We've had a really flat out week that you'll find out about this weekend. But when we were in Port Macquarie just recently, we went and met Zoe at Flatout Hoses, and we bought a couple of things from her, and we wanted to give you the review of these units and also give you all the opportunity to win a couple of things. So when we actually got our Sunseeker van, we bought a flat-out hose. That's this thing here. Now, this particular hose, I thought was an amazing unit, because one of the things I really don't like about hoses in a caravan is that they leak, they drop water, but also they're just a pain in the neck to store. So when I saw these at Sunseeker, I thought, man, these things are really good, because they're like a fire hose, right? They're made out of this really awesome, tough, durable material, and they just roll out and you plug it in, and then when the water runs through it, it fills up like a fire hose, and away you go. And then at the end, what you do is that you basically unplug it all and you reel it back in, and it stores really, really compactly in the boot of the caravan. Okay, so these are called flat-out hoses. Now we have two of these. We have a 10-meter hose and a 25-meter hose. 10-meter hose and a 15-meter hose. We can combine them to make 25 meters. We did that because sometimes when we're at caravan parks, as you all know, the hose just seems to be a mile away, or the tap seems to be a mile away, and a 10-meter hose just doesn't necessarily cut it. And if you have two 10-meter hoses, then you have all this extra hose and this. Anyway, so we got a 15-meter hose for those occasions and a 10-meter hose for every other occasion. Now these are really, really great, because when you roll them up, all the water comes out of them and they don't drip all through your storage box, and they just end up being in this compact little unit. And which leads us to the next particular unit that I wanted to talk about, and that was the actual casing. Now these casings are called Multireels. Okay, now again, we got these from Zoe, and I'm going to put the website underneath where you can get them. These are called Multireels. Now they're called Multireels because they're not only used for hoses, but they can be used for practically anything. All right, they come in two different sizes. They come in a smaller one and a bigger one. Now these two units, we're actually giving these away. Alright, so we're going to give these away on this video. All you have to do is leave a comment below, and we're going to choose a couple of people who will win these particular units. Now these storage containers can be used for anything, not just for hoses, but they can be used for your power cord. Currently we have a grey one of these, and we store our 15-meter power cord in them. And it's great, right? Because you just put it in there and you reel it, and the power cord goes into it. Okay, so we can store 15 meters of electrical cable easily in this. And again, like you all know how difficult it is to store electrical cable and not get it all messed up. This particular unit just does it with ease. You put it in there, turn it, and it just gets stored in there. And then we have a bigger one, and this can be used for, again, anything you want. I know some people use them for the Starlink cable. Now when you get Starlink has a really long cable. I think it's something like 30 meters or something, and it just gets stored really easily in this particular unit. If you're a muso, you've got music cables that you need to store. Again, it's really easy just to wind it up and store it in there. Okay, so we're going to give two of these away, the smaller one and the bigger one, at the early next week. And look, the other great thing about these is that they're really easy to store, because if you have two of the same size, you just store it like that, and they just store really, really easily in your storage unit. Okay, so they're really simple, they're really great unit. And the other great thing about these is that they're all made in Australia, made and owned in Australia, so really get behind it. They come in a variety of different colors. They've got black, blue, orange. They've also got grey, and I know that Zoe's working on a few other different colors as well. Now there is another unit that Multireel have, which is the Multireel sullage unit. Okay, so it's actually the sullage hose. and it goes in one of the bigger ones. We're just in the process of using that at the moment. We didn't want to give a review on it because we're still in the process of figuring out how it all works. But again, as you all know, sullage hoses can be really difficult to store. They always drip dirty water all through the storage unit in your van. What you do is simply put it in there, you roll it up, and away you go. They're also available online as well. So we hope. Oh yeah, sorry, Justin.
Sorry, I'm holding the camera. I was telling him with the sullage hose, there's Hygiene special material. I think Tim can explain it better because it's about keeping the germs out.
Yeah. So look, you know, when there's dirty water in a hose, you end up getting lots of bacteria build up, and that's what causes the smell of the grey water hoses that come out of your sullage unit. With these particular hoses, when you turn it, it squeezes all the water out and you end up having no water inside it, so you don't get the smell, which is great for hygiene and that sort of stuff. So that's by far one of the best things about the hose. But look, once we get it working and once we're okay with how it all works, we're going to give you guys a review on that as well. But in the meantime, get on to the website flatouthoses.com.au. If you want one, go and get yourself one of these awesome flat out hoses, get yourself one of a couple of these storage units, whatever. And if you want one, again, leave a comment at the end of the video and we're going to draw 2 people early next week to give these away to. So enjoy. We got to go because we got people arriving. Hey Bo.
Hey Bo.
That's our neighbour's dog. So alright, so enjoy and we will catch up with you on the weekend. See you soon. 'Cause I found my way.